In the 2025 summer transfer window, Liverpool, one of the most storied clubs in England, known for their careful spending and bargaining tactics, shattered every record in the transfer market. In a single window, they spent more than any other Premier League team in history. The final number? A stunning £450 million. Sky Sports call it the most ever spent by a Premier League club. ESPN described it as over 400 million thrown around like pocket change. Everywhere you looked, the question was the same. How on earth did Liverpool do this? This isn't another transfer story. This is how Liverpool went from frugal operators to record-breaking spenders, and why one summer might have changed football forever. Liverpool didn't just buy one or two expensive players. They went all out and signed 10 new players in total. But 6 signings took up almost all the money, and every single one of them was a young player with huge potential. The biggest name was Alexander Isak from Newcastle United for £150 million. This wasn't just expensive for Liverpool. This became the new British record transfer fee. Liverpool fans have been chanting, "Hand him over" at Newcastle games, and finally they got their wish on deadline day. Next came Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen for £100 million, with another £16 million possible in add-ons. The German midfielder was one of the hottest young talents in Europe, and Liverpool beat everyone else to get him. Hugo Ekitike cost £79 million from Frankfurt. The French striker had been scoring goals for fun in Germany, and Liverpool decided that he was worth the huge fee. Milos Kerkez joined from Bournemouth for £40 million. The young left-back had impressed in the Premier League, and Liverpool saw him as their future. Jeremy Frimpong also arrived from Bayer Leverkusen for around £30 million. Another defender to strengthen their squad for the long season ahead. Finally, Mamadishvili joined from Valencia for €30 million. The Georgian goalkeeper was brought in as a competition and future replacement for their current goalkeeper, Alisson. On top of these big signings, Liverpool picked up some free transfers and academy players like Freddie Woodman and a few youngsters. But it was the main 6 signings that grabbed the headline. Sky Sports put it simply: Liverpool completed the 3 biggest transfers of the summer. Alexander Isak for €150 million, Florian Wirtz for €100 million, and Hugo Ekitike for €80 million. ESPN was full of praise, saying Liverpool won the transfer window. Well, spending €450 million sounds impossible for most clubs, but Liverpool have been planning this for years. The key was selling players at the right time to build up a huge wad of cash. Luis Diaz went to Bayern Munich for around €65 million. The Colombian winger had been great for Liverpool, but they decided to cash in while his value was really high. Darwin Nunez moved to Al Hilal for €60 million. The Uruguayan striker never quite worked out at Liverpool, so they sold him to Saudi Arabia for good money. Jarrell Quanash joined Bayern Leverkusen for €35 million. The young defender was a product of Liverpool's academy, so this was pure profit for the club. Ben Doak went to Bournemouth for €25 million, another academy graduate bringing in money for Liverpool. Camion Keller moved to Brentford for €18 million. The Irish goalkeeper wanted regular first-team football, and Liverpool let him go. All these sales brought in around €215 to €230 million, according to Sky Sports. ESPN counted it even higher at €260 million when including add-ons. This meant that even though Liverpool spent €446 million, their net spend was only about €218 million because of all the money they had made from selling players. Liverpool also made their money in some other places. They had just won the Premier League and made it far in the Champions League, earning around €90 million from the European competition alone. The new Adidas kit deal was worth around €60 million per year starting in 2025. Anfield Stadium was packed every week, bringing in huge matchday revenue. Liverpool had also expanded their stadium to fit more fans and added expensive hospitality areas. All of this meant Liverpool arrived to the 2025 summer transfer window with more money than they had ever had before. As one expert put it, revenues were expected to top €700 million for the first time ever. Spending £500 million sounds like it might get Liverpool in trouble with financial fair play rules, but they had planned everything out carefully. Premier League clubs are allowed to lose up to €105 million over 3 years under the profit and sustainability regulations. Liverpool had been careful with their money in previous years. They had made €7 million profit in the 2021-2022 season, lost €9 million in the 2022-2023 season, and lost €57 million in the 2023-2024 season. This meant that they had more room to spend in 2025 without breaking the rules. ESPN's analysis showed that Liverpool had about €153 million of headroom under the spending rules. This meant that they could lose €200 million in one season and still be okay. The money from selling players also counted as profit in their accounts, making their position even stronger. Former Liverpool CEO Christian Purslow explained it perfectly to Sky Sports. "I think they're sensing the financial rules may be changing. My sense is Liverpool are making hay while the sun rises, loading up on talent to put themselves in a position where they are virtually untouchable." Liverpool's owners saw this as a perfect time to invest big. They had the money in the bank, room under the financial rules, and a manager in Arne Slot who knew exactly what to do with the players. It was now or never. When the news broke out about Liverpool spending, British newspapers couldn't believe what they were seeing. Sky News ran headlines about Liverpool's record-breaking window, and some called it football gone mad. Liverpool fans were over the moon. After years of watching their club be careful with money while rivals spent big, they finally felt their owners were backing the team properly. Social media exploded with excited fans celebrating each new signing. Liverpool fans defended the spending against people saying Liverpool were buying the title, pointing out that every top club spends big monies to win trophies. As one fan put it, whoever wins the league this series will have bought the league, and every other business, it's called investing. Not everyone was happy though. Rival fans and some pundits were skeptical about whether spending so much money was right for football. They remembered when Liverpool's old manager, Jurgen Klopp, said nobody can compete with City, and pointed out how quickly things have changed. Manchester City, who have been big spenders for years, suddenly looked like they might be in trouble. Pep Guardiola was already rebuilding his squad, but Liverpool's spending made everyone take notice. Other clubs like Newcastle and Aston Villa looked on with envy. They wanted to spend big, but they were held back by financial rules, while Liverpool had found a special way to spend massive amounts and stay within the regulations. Former players and pundits were split. Some praised Liverpool for finally backing their manager properly. Others worried about what this meant for football if every club started trying to spend like this. Liverpool's summer 2025 spending changed everything. They didn't just break their own transfer record, they smashed the Premier League record and set a new standard for what clubs could spend in one window. The most important thing was they did it all legally. Years of careful planning, smart player sales, and growing revenues meant that they could afford this one massive splurge without breaking any rules. For Liverpool fans, it was a dream come true. After watching Manchester City and other clubs spend big for years while Liverpool shopped in the bargain bin, they felt like their club was serious about winning everything. For other clubs, it was a wake-up call. If Liverpool could find a way to spend 450 million euros in one summer, what was stopping other big clubs from doing the same? The arms race in football had just gone to a whole new level. The signings themselves showed Liverpool's strategy. Instead of buying older proven players, they focused on young talent with huge potential. Isak, Wirtz, Ekitike, and others were all in their early 20s, with the best years ahead of them. This isn't just about who's going to win trophies in 2025-2026. But rather, Liverpool are building a team that could dominate for years to come. The players they brought could improve and be sold for even more money in the future if needed. So as the 2025-2026 season remains in session, all eyes are on Liverpool to see if their record spending pays off. The pressure is enormous. When you spend 450 million euros in one summer, anything less than major trophies will be seen as a failure. The new signings will have to adapt quickly to English football and Liverpool's style of play. Young players like Wirtz and Ekitike have huge potential, but potential doesn't always turn into immediate success. Liverpool's summer 2025 transfer window was more than just buying players. It was a statement to the football world that they were serious about becoming the best team on the planet. By spending 450 million euros in one window, they rewrote the rules of what was possible in football transfers. They showed that with careful spending, smart selling, and perfect timing, even the most careful clubs could go big when it mattered. Whether it works on the pitch remains to be seen, but off the pitch, Liverpool have already won. They've shown their ambition, excited their fans, and scared their rivals. The beautiful game just got a lot more expensive, and Liverpool led the way. Football will never be the same. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel because you do not want to miss any of the new videos that we're posting. As always, I'm Aiden Castro. See you tomorrow.